I'm gonna give you guys 3 reasons why most nursing students fail out of nursing school. My name's Brandon, and for the past 12 months, I've been in an accelerated BSN program. Everything that I'm about to tell you guys is gonna come from personal experience or what I've seen firsthand. You have to remember that nursing as a career alone is built upon teamwork. You basically are on a floor, a unit, right? You are on a unit, and you and your other team of nurses have to work together to make sure your patients get the best care possible. So how do you think you're going to be able to go through a program or school by yourself when the whole entire career is built on teamwork, right? You can't. You cannot do it. The first thing I would do if I started nursing school all over again is try to find 2 to 3 friends sooner than I did when I started myself. Find 2 to 3 friends that you guys can hold yourself accountable for assignments. You can remind each other when things are due, and you can vent to each other about what's going on with nursing school. Sometimes you just need an outlet. A lot of times nursing school can become very stressful, and sometimes you just need to be reminded that you are not the only one stressed. Everybody around you is stressed. So when you have your friends, you guys can rely on one another and kind of relieve some of that stress. Sometimes even hang out. Me and my friends, what we do is at the end of every semester, we try to plan an outing and we have something to look forward to together. Let's get through this semester, so at the end of this semester, we can go out, have a couple drinks, talk about how we did, our future, our goals, and we can do that together. Also, when you try and go through nursing school by yourself, you are going to be burnt out. You got to remember the assignments, remember clinicals, remember simulations that you have, exams. You're going to have to try and study all of these chapters by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot harder when you're trying to do it alone versus when you have a team or friends that can assist you along the way. Help you reach the goal that all of you guys have, which is to graduate nursing school. I know you've heard this before, but most people fail because they really don't know how to study. They don't know how to study. They never had the opportunity or the chance to figure out their study methods before the semester started, or even early enough to where they won't fail before the semester actually picks up. Within the first 2 to 3 weeks of nursing school, before your first exam, you need to figure out how you study and how you retain information the best. So that way, throughout the rest of school, you will be able to now quickly learn the concepts and quickly grasp what you need in order to pass these exams. Everybody learns differently. Some people need practice questions. Some people are more visual learners. Some people like to memorize, right? And I feel like throughout nursing school, you knowing how to study will allow you to maneuver a little bit easier than others. Because it's like, okay, I know I have to do this. Let me set a couple days aside. This is what I need to do, and this is how I'm going to pass this exam that's coming up. I'll give you guys a tip on how I study, and you can try this method as well. So what I basically do is I use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT, and I use this thing called Notebook LM. Notebook LM allows you to create a podcast of your notes. So you can upload your notes as a PDF document or a PNG photo if you have, and you can create a podcast of 2 people speaking on the topics. And it's a really good podcast. They go thorough. It does sound like an actual person, so you'll be able to retain the information if you play it over and over and over again. I like to play certain things like that while I'm in the car. ChatGPT. This is how you utilize ChatGPT. I'm gonna put you on game. So the first thing you need to do with ChatGPT is find whatever concepts that you need to know for your exam or what you're learning in that module or chapter. You will input those concepts into ChatGPT. You will tell it, I need a crash course of each of these topics. Help me explain, dumb it down to a 5th grade level, just so you can grasp the concepts. After you do that, you will then go and you'll say, create 50 NCLEX style questions and shuffle the questions. After you do those 50 questions, now you get into a habit of thinking about the concepts in terms of how can I answer this in a question? How can I apply it? Because with nursing school, it's not just knowing the concepts, it's about how am I going to apply it to these questions. After I do that, if I still don't understand the topic or if I need a little bit more visual, I will go and I will look up a simple nursing video on YouTube as well. That's a great teacher. Simple Nursing, Nurse Sarah. There's a lot of different resources on YouTube, but if you need another visual, I will go on YouTube and type in those concepts and watch those videos as well. And that's just how I do it. But your best opportunity to pass nursing school is to find out how you study, what works best for you, and figure that out sooner rather than later. The biggest mistake that I see a lot of students make is that they do not know how to manage their time. Time management is the biggest thing when it comes to nursing. Imagine you have 4 to 6 patients. They're all sick, they're all calling for you. Which one is in dire need for you to come urgently versus which one can wait a little bit? That is the kind of time management skills that you're going to need. You're going to need to say, okay, what's important now versus what can be put off for later. Now you have to apply that same thought to nursing school. If you don't plan your days ahead of time, then everything is just going to catch up to you. You're going to start forgetting assignments. You're going to start forgetting clinical days. You're going to start forgetting simulation days, homework. Everything is going to be in shambles because you don't know how to organize your time. So that first week of nursing school, what do you need to do? You need to either get a planner or you need to use your calendar on your phone. You need to create a schedule. When are my classes? Do I have alarms set? When are my assignments due? Do I have alarms set? When are my clinicals? Do I have alarms set? All of these little things will make that semester flow so much smoother. You will not have to think about, oh man, I'm about to miss this assignment. Let me hurry up and turn this in because I don't have it. I didn't know it was gonna be done. I didn't know it was gonna be due soon. You have to have that mentality of, I want everything laid out so I have the least amount of stress as possible. Also, when you manage your time, you're able to create time for yourself. Because at the end of the day, nursing school, you can feel burnt out with all of the work and all of the time that is taking away from you. So you also need to be able to schedule time for yourself. Whether you like to work out, whether you like to hang out with family, hang out with friends, or just take a rest day. When you have a calendar, it's easy to say, okay, you know what? I'll do everything that I need to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'll take some time for myself. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to say, okay, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., I'll be able to go to the gym. I'll be able to go watch a movie. Time management is something that is pretty much taught throughout nursing school. And that's the reason why you have such a high workload, because they want to see if you're able to manage your time while excelling in a program. The way I do it is I personally use my phone calendar. I pull up the dates that I know that I have class, I plug that in. I set a little reminder for a day before the class, and then I set another one for an hour before the class. And it just always notifies me. It pops up, as I'm on my phone. Everybody's on their phone these days 24/7. So as I'm on my phone, it'll say, okay, tomorrow you have clinical. Tomorrow you have an assignment due. And you do that, your semester will be extremely smooth. Now, I'm still going through the program. I have about 6 months left. I don't have it all figured out, but I do know these are the 3 things that I've seen why most students fail before they even get a chance to excel in the program. I don't have it all figured out. I still have 6 months left in my program, but I've been passing classes, haven't failed one so far, and these are just the 3 things that I noticed why a lot of students fail their program. So don't try to do it alone. Find some friends, learn how to study, learn how to manage your time, and you'll do all right.